Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. But before we get started, hello everybody. Good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you're here. We're going to go outside and go fetch a Nissan. Loud tow truck noises. Hang on, let's get out of here. Yeah, we're looking for this Titan back over here. In fact, I don't even think I can get it out of the space right now, but we're going to climb in anyway. Unlocking. Okay, now, customer walked in and they said they would like to have a torque converter replaced. Now, that's not going to happen like that, because 99% of us do not like to just go ahead and start doing work, especially expensive work, like expensive transmission work, because someone asked us to. It doesn't really work that way. You know, I can't go to the doctor and say, hey, give me a blood transfusion, or hey, x-ray my knee. So I'm not just gonna go, hey, let's put a torque converter in your Nissan, because that is how I end up owning a Nissan torque converter, and I don't want one of those. Anyway, this truck right here has 134,168 miles on it. Other than the torque converter, the only thing I've got out of this one, and the advisors are calling them back to actually get information, is that sometimes it loses power while driving, or has some kind of a shudder, or both, something like that, which could be symptoms of a failed torque converter. But without something to confirm or deny that, I'm not just gonna go pull a transmission out and change parts on the inside of it, because it might need a transmission. It might need a mass airflow sensor, it might need an O2 sensor, it might just need wiper blades for all we know. So we're gonna stop the process of doing it wrong, and we're gonna start the process of doing it right. And wherever that leads us is where it leads us. So I don't know where we're gonna go with this, and you guys don't know. Nobody knows, but we're gonna find out, so stay tuned. This should be a very good video. We're already setting ourselves up for failure with some Dorman parts sitting over here. I don't know what those are here for. No one mentioned anything about installing extra parts, but there they are. So anyway, we've got a 2005 Nissan Titan with a 5.6 liter V8 multi-port fuel injection. There we go. And I don't have any warning indicators that are indicating anything that they should be warning me about. So what I'm going to do is just initiate an entire system code scan. Basically, the scan tool is going to talk to every one of the modules in this truck, and it is going to ask it for codes, and it is going to retrieve those codes and then display those codes. I can see my reflection. So we're going to go to code scan, pre-scan. I don't know if that makes any difference, but the option is there. And like I said, it's going to go through all the modules. So we're going to set that thing aside and let it do its job. And while that's happening, we're going to go for a ride to see if we can't recreate those lack of power and shuddering concerns. So first click of the day, package, and we're off. Okay, riding along. So far so good. It's not up to operating temperature yet, so if there is a trans problem, it may not present itself until it warms up. The thing does feel a little jittery, but I don't know if that's drivetrain or just out around wheels or something. That was me on the throttle, just trying to create some changes here. Yeah, so far so good. Let's do a downshift. Okay, it did downshift. Let's give it a little bit of full throttle. Yeah, seemed to feel okay. Alright, hanging out at a red light, so I've got a minute to play on my phone here. We do have quite a few codes going. Let's see. In the engine, we've got a P1564. That stands for, I don't understand or recognize, I don't recognize this one. ASCD switch. What happened? Switch, voltage signal out of range. I don't know what that switch is. I'll have to research that. Transmission's got a U1000. It's not communicating on its CAN circuit. ABS has got a C1142 ABS pressure sensor circuit fault. Wonder what these are for. Oh, these are, it's a wheel speed sensor. Okay, so we've got parts for that. which is not the right parts for that code. And green light. We'll check the rest of this later. I think I can recreate their vibration. Check this out. I'm going to give it some brakes. Yeah, there's a lot of vibe when it brakes. I feel it out of the back, kind of like a hop, and then I feel the front steering wheel. The front steering wheel, like there's more. I feel the steering wheel jitter a little bit too. Yeah, there's a vibe in the brakes. Not a torque converter. There could be, but I haven't felt it yet. Okay, back at another red light. Let's move on to our codes. We've got one in airbag. That's a B1023 passenger airbag circuit fault or circuit indicator fault, something like that. Maybe it's the little switch or the light that says you're there. I don't know. We've got a B2128 UART communication. Looks like that's from not communicating with body control module. 5 codes here. There's no data, left rear. These must be wheel speed sensors. Okay, I got it. The body control module is not seeing wheel speed activity, which is why we have wheel speed sensors here. Just 2 of them though, even though I have codes for all 4, which tells me it's not sensors, it's probably module related or power supply to the module related. Merging. Ooh, getting on the highway may be a mistake. I see a line of cars here, but I need to get up to speed. Okay, scrolling along past those wheel speed sensors, we've got a bunch of codes for tire pressure monitoring sensors. Surprise, surprise. And that is all. So, first things first, we need to figure out why our trans is not communicating. We need to explain to them that they probably do not need wheel speed sensors, and we need to get a more accurate description on what their real complaint is and what they would like to do about that, because putting a torque converter in this transmission is not going to fix any of these problems. Put that back over there for now. Alright, let's hop on the highway and get some speed going here. No, don't you merge, let me merge. There you go. And that's not going to happen. We're going kind of slow. Yeah, 55, that's as fast as we're going to get. This was a mistake. Let's give it some brakes. Yeah, there's that vibe again on the brakes. Okay, that confirms that. And I'm good to go. Sketchy. Hey, we're getting somewhere now. 60 miles an hour. That guy's going 80. Yeah, it's opening up. I'm not feeling anything weird out of the trans. Let's see if I can't get it to downshift a little bit. Yeah, they said something, I think, about they're not able to pass, or it doesn't downshift or something like that. I mean, it is a heavy truck. It's gas powered. Nah, this trans is okay. Yeah, I think this transmission is just fine. At least right now anyway. We'll do one more downshift. Full speed. Yeah, that's right. Here in Florida, we will floor it on the off-ramps. Just come to a stop at the end. See? Whoa, look at that steering wheel shake. Yeah, these brakes are junk. Wow, that 70-mile-an-hour braking really did it. Really? You were speeding on an off-ramp? Yes, I was. Okay, so what do you bet that I'm gonna tell these folks right here that they've got a brake issue and they have an ABS module issue and possibly another issue with those CAN communication codes, and that is the reason for all their concerns? And I am going to put my money on that they're not going to believe that, and they're going to have or ask or require or leave over a torque converter. I bet you they're going to want to redo the torque converter, and it won't fix it. We'll see. That's kind of my bet. But you know what? I tend to be a pessimist too when it comes to other people's decisions. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. And it's not that I don't have faith in people, but I've got this theory when it comes to automotive work, and that is, if you don't follow the established process. Let me back up. See, we've had this process of automotive repair for like probably like 100 years, And in my experience, every time you go outside of that process and sort of violate those rules, you end up paying for it later on the back end. Example like this one, customer says, you know, hey, replace this, this, and this. And then you replace this, this, and this, and then they leave, and you say, have a nice day. Then they come back and they complain that what you did not fix their problem. And then they want you to fix it for free. And you're kind of obliged, but not really. Now, regardless of whatever circumstances can cause these events to unfold, I'm of the opinion that once you go down that process, or once you violate that process, there's really no coming back for it. You're doomed to failure in some way or another. And like I said, that's why we have that process. So you have evidence to dig your heels in when you need to, and you've got supporting evidence when you have a point to prove. But I think when we go outside of that, it's just you're begging for it. You're asking for the pain. Oh, wrong way driver. And I say that out of experience because I've gone outside of the process myself and made assumptions or didn't test something or threw on customers' parts because they asked for it, and every single time it hurts in the end, or at least there's some level of damage control that has to take place. And like I said, that may not work for everybody. There may be folks that put on customers' parts left and right and they're completely fine with it, but that's just been my experience in my career. So what do you guys think, especially folks in the automotive, or even better, people that are not in automotive? Do you guys experience this phenomenon? If you go do work for somebody and you don't really know why, or you didn't recommend that work, you find out after the fact that it's not really what they wanted or it's not correct, I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, so as I creep my way through this four-way stop sign, I've gone ahead and pulled up the data and trouble codes for the ABS module. My turn. And what I want to do is look at the wheel speed sensor outputs that the module is going to display. Yeah, I saw those codes in there that said no signal or something like that, and I want to see if the wheel speed sensors on all four corners of the vehicle are in fact producing a signal, or... Oh, hang on. We changed states. What do we got here? Let's see. Alright, look at that. The wheel speed sensors are saying that we are going 35 miles per hour, and my speedometer indicates that as well. There was a fifth code that said vehicle speed, and I think that they take that measurement from the tail shaft speed sensor in the transmission. Regardless, I have information that is contrary to what those trouble codes were stating. So that tells me that there's a potential communication or, again, a power supply issue to the ABS pump. I do not know if they've had any codes or warning lights. None of that's been documented yet. I do know that I haven't seen it, but those codes do not lie. Those are set for a reason. But again, seeing these sensors producing the signals that I'm looking for, I don't believe we need to install some Dorman wheel speed sensors. So we'll just put that right back in its little box, and it can go right back where I found it. There we go. AutoZone returned. Oh, I see that little charger over there, and it reminds me of the charger that I didn't get a chance to get. Or Challenger, that's what I meant. It's a Challenger. Or maybe that one's a Charger and the other one was a Challenger. I don't know, I'm not a Dodge guy. Oh, speaking of Dodges, I really, I'm upsetting some people because I keep calling the Ram trucks Dodges and Doges, and they always remind me that it's not a Dodge and it's not a Doge especially. But I think it is, because I remember when it was Dodge trucks and then it was Dodge Rams, and then they just took away the Dodge and called it a Ram, but it was still a Dodge Ram because it looked just like the previous year's Dodge Rams. So from my point of view, those are always going to be Dodges. So that's where they came from. They're the spawn of the Dodge. That's what it is. You know, I totally lied to you guys. I said I was going to stop rambling and just get back to the shop, and I've done neither of those. I'm not at the shop and I'm still rambling. How about that? But now we're back. Wow, this thing's clunky. I think there's a bunch of stuff in the back. Okay, back in the shop. I'm gonna head up to the office and report that everything that everyone thought we were gonna do with this car is wrong, and we need to start over and do it the right way. So stay tuned, let's see what they say. Be right back. Nissan powering down. Stay. Okay, while they chew over the news, Let's pick this thing apart a little bit, see what's going on here. 5.6 liter V8, I confirm that. Here's our ABS module in question. It appears to be plugged in. There's no rat's nest around it, no damaged wires. That's probably good. Let's take a look. Well, here's kind of an issue. We've got some Ironman 22s with some other kind of rims. This truck is supposed to have 18s on it, I think. I think it's been lowered. That might explain some of the harshness of the ride that I was feeling, you know, that jouncing. Yeah, it's been lowered. Look at the upper control arm. It's really close to the fender well. The lower control arm is level and flat. See that? Yeah, it's been lowered a little bit. Let's check out the rear. Oh, by the way, no offense to the Ironman tires. They just tend to be on the more economical side of tires rather than on the premium luxury side. Let's see, around back. Maybe it's not lowered. I don't see any blocks or spacers here. Maybe the wheels are just so big that it looks lowered. That's a possibility. Okay, I'm gonna let everybody know that we need to worry about some brakes. Oh, and a rear axle seal. That left rear axle seal is leaking. We need to do that. Yeah, let's check this out. And we need to do something about the ABS codes and that transmission module communication code, because if they think they have a shifting problem and they've got all those DTCs or warning lights showing up, then we need to fix that first. Yeah, there's oil right here. Look at that, a whole bunch of it. So it needs the axle seal and some diag work. All right, let's get out of here. I'll let them know. A lot of spray paint down here. Okay. Enough poking around. I have communicated to the people the same thing I've communicated to you people, and I'm packing it up for the day. It is end of day, and I'm going home. So I may see this again on Monday. I may not. I guess we're gonna find out. If it's here later, then I'll do a video on it, and if it's not here, then this is the video on it. So that being said, as always, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I didn't work on anything, but we did do some stuff. If you did enjoy this video, as always, let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. What a mess. If you did not enjoy this video, then just go into my video library and watch something else, and then you'll enjoy that one. So, again, as always, thank you for watching, and most importantly, don't forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later.